It's great to have you with us here on this election night in America, perhaps the most consequential election in a generation, because of course it comes in the middle of this once-in-a-century pandemic. Americans breaking all records when it comes to the early vote, determined to make sure they were safe in this pandemic and that their vote will be counted. There are huge dividing lines across this nation over how to guide this country through what is still a raging pandemic and what we will look like on the other side. Millions out of work and a much-needed conversation on race in this country. So who will lead us through this next important chapter? The first exit polls just coming in tonight. President Trump at the White House this evening after 14 rallies in 3 days, a massive crowd there in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Today, paying a visit to his re-election headquarters, thanking his team, predicting a great night, but adding, winning is easy, losing is never easy, not for me. Former Vice President Joe Biden, this rally in Pittsburgh overnight, and today in Scranton, where he was born and where he grew up as a boy. And on the wall of his childhood home, he wrote, "From this house to the White House with the grace of God." And tonight I mentioned those first clues from the preliminary exit polls. These are voter polls, voters who showed up early and who showed up today, and those who mailed in their ballots. They were reached by phone. And tonight, take a look. A nation divided on how President Trump is handling his job. 47% approving, 52% disapproving. Again, these are preliminary. Asked which is more important, containing the virus or rebuilding the economy. 52% saying containing the virus, 42% on the economy. Asked how the U.S. has handled the pandemic, the largest group saying not well. 18% there said very well, 30% saying somewhat well, 16% somewhat badly, and this is the number that stands out, 35% saying very badly. Asked who would better handle the coronavirus pandemic, 52% saying Joe Biden, 43% saying President Trump. And who would better handle the economy? This number is also key tonight, and right now it's tied up, 49% saying Joe Biden, 49% saying President Trump. Again, all of this is preliminary. Of course, the night is young, and we're going to guide you through what could determine whether this is a typical election night or whether this could stretch into several nights. So let's begin with our chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl, leading us off.
His voice raspy after a frenzied sprint of 27 rallies over the past week, President Trump told his campaign team he believes he has a solid chance of winning tonight. But
no, I'm not thinking about concession speech or acceptance speech yet. Hopefully we'll be only doing one of those two. And you know, winning is easy. Losing is never easy. Not for me, it's not.
His top advisors privately acknowledge the odds are against him. But the president believes the big crowds he's seen at his rallies and what he's seen today at the polls will translate into victory.
We're seeing lines of people, and they're wearing a lot of red material, including hats.
In one big way, the election ends just as Donald Trump would want it to end, an election about Donald Trump.
This isn't about, yeah, it is about me, I guess, when you think about it.
But a big part of it is the way he has handled the COVID-19 pandemic, one that is surging just as voters are going to the polls. He closed out his campaign by downplaying or even ignoring the virus, speaking to packed crowds, no social distancing, and few masks.
We are going to win 4 more years in that very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful house.
On election eve, the White House coronavirus response coordinator, Dr. Deborah Birx, issued a warning in a memo obtained by the Washington Post, saying, quote, "We are entering the most concerning and most deadly phase of this pandemic." Tonight, the president will watch returns from the White House with some 250 invited guests. He promised today there will be no premature declaration of victory.
At what point will you declare victory?
When there's victory. If there's victory, I think we'll have victory, but only when there's victory. I mean, you know, there's no reason to play games.
You can hear it in his voice, John, all those rallies in these final days. Let's get right to John Karl with us every step of the way. And John, President Trump spending most of Election Day huddling with his team inside the White House. What are your sources telling you tonight? How are they feeling heading into this night?
Well, David, a lot of bravado, a lot of talk about winning. They know the odds are against them going into this, but they do believe that he can win. And I'll tell you this, my sense is the most optimistic person at the White House right now about the president winning re-election is Donald Trump himself.
Yeah, hoping his strategy 4 years ago will pay off again. John Karl, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.